MK and I am back with another Christy's 30 Days of Sketches, and today is sketch 26. Here it is. Oh my gosh, you guys, I was so excited to play around with this sketch, and when I started looking at it I thought, oh my gosh, it's just gonna be you know, like a background and then a couple stripes and then hexagons all over. It had my name on it. Well, then I started looking and I was like, oh, that's like a wonky cut, and that's kind of weird, and those don't go all the way across. So I started noticing a few things, and the first thing that my brain went to was, it looks like a maze. Okay, so I pulled out these really cool hexagons by Close to My Heart that are stitched little hexagons. Actually, yeah, they're close to my heart. I promise, they're close to my heart. Okay, and so they're stitched on the inside and then they cut on the outside. So I'll be using those. I also already used this circuit board by the Paper Rose or Paper Roses or something like that, sorry. So I've already cut out 2 of those. Okay, and I have a scrap because the paper that I'm going to cut my hexagons out of, I believe, will get lost in the background paper that I have chosen. And so, well, at least I think I've chosen it. Things might change, but I'm going to back those. It's going to be this striped paper, and I'm going to use this scrap to back those. I also have this this maze right here. Now, this is the inside and the outside of a really intricate die cut that was part of my Creative Cuts Club kit. And I can see where some pieces didn't cut all the way through or anything like that. So I truly just plan on using it in a haphazardly way. I don't plan on using it, you know, trying to get this out in its entirety. Okay. I also have 2 pieces of 6x6s that my stack is still sitting there. I haven't made it go anywhere, but I got my colors from what I was going to use as my background, which is this one right here. It's very, very busy. Oh my gosh, in your face. And that's why I thought this would get lost if I just did my hexagons on this and not back them with this cardstock. And then I also brought in what I read as a solid couple pieces to go as my wonky cuts going at a diagonal. Okay. What's on the back side? Ooh, I might use the back side too. Dun dun dun. I might use the back side as well. And then of course I brought in another scrap in case I didn't have enough for my hexagons. I have 4 photos, and what it is this one only has 2, but they're hexagons all over the place. So there's 4 hexagons total, and I thought, oh, well, I have 4 photos, so maybe I could take these and hexagon my pictures. I'm not really sure, but take a hexagon to all of my pictures. But my thing is I don't want to lose, you know, my frog. I don't want, you know, my children are on like a frog, I don't know, statue of some sort, and I don't want to lose that. And so, that one works really well. This one, not so much, but she's covering the frog anyways. That one works. And then this one, I'm not really sure if I can get all of us in here or not. And the fact that we are sitting on a frog, or, well, kind of. So yeah, maybe not. But we'll see. I'll play with it and, you know, bring you guys back and let you know what I did and how I came. And then I also pulled out this sticker sheet because it's got some really cool, like, tropical flowers and whatnot, and, you know, just kind of really cool, fun things, especially these clusters right here. I thought those would go good with the menagerie of stuff that I've already picked out. So yeah, I am gonna go get started. I'm gonna go to my die cut machine, do all the rest of the die cutting, and then I will be back. All right. So off camera, I have cut all my hexagons, backed them with cardstock. I cut my photos, and I did contemplate about cutting my photos into hexagons for a hot minute, and then I just couldn't do it. So instead, I chose to round all of my corners and then back those on cardstock as well. So this layout does turn out pretty busy, just to let you know. But I did cut this gorgeous floral paper at a diagonal, and now I'm just putting it on a piece of cardstock, which I clearly can't line up. But you know what? It's okay. I'm just going to trim off those little excesses anyways and move on. And then one of the things that I thought was pretty stinking cool about this layout, or the sketch, was how the stripes didn't go like all the way across. It was a wide one here, a skinny one there, a medium one. And it just, the more I kept looking at it, the more I was like, this is pretty cool. Like, I get why they go across because they're covering up that seam, but just to have them all wonky like this, it just was like so appealing to me. I really am like, why haven't I thought of this? Because this is right up my alley. So I'm just laying down the blue pieces, and I am trying to like entirely match up how the sketch went, like they had just this random blue piece sticking out, and I kind of didn't like it at first, and then I thought, oh, well, I'll just cover it up with a hexagon. Yep, that's what I'll do. So I'm going to start laying down my hexagons, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive behind where I want the circuit board, because I didn't have a clue how to glue the circuit board down, and I didn't want to spend all that time, all the glue. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So because the sketch had that it's my blue piece and their polka dotted piece, it was showing, like the little bit of it stopping was showing, and I thought, oh, well, then I guess that's where mine's gonna go too. Yep, that's what it is. And so I just put a little bit of adhesive again and glued the second circuit board on. And when I go to glue these two other hexagons on, which I did realize there's 5 hexagons, I didn't know that until after I was already done with my portion of the sketch. So I'm like, not gonna happen. He got ignored. Once I start gluing on these, I realize I wanted to put that maze on. Gosh darn it, I forgot. So up goes the hexagons. Not a big deal at all. When you lift up, or at least for me, the adhesive that I use in my ATG gun, which is just the refills by Tape Jungle, I find that if I can get it lifted up enough, I twist it, and then it doesn't rip any of my paper. It doesn't do any of that stuff. And so it helps with removal if I twist rather than just keep pulling up or at an angle. So anyways, I'm taking out the inner bit of this maze, and I am just haphazardly smushing it down. I don't want it to go in, one specific direction. I love this. And I do have to tell you that I got this idea from another gal that is on the Creative Cuts Club design team, and her name is Susan L. And that is where I got this idea from. She created this exact same thing. I don't know if she used the inner piece or the outer piece. I'm not really sure, but she did the exact same thing to document or to create a layout as well. So I was like, I'm stealing that with pride. Yes, I am. So applying my hexagons once again, I do have to add a little bit more adhesive because now I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to hold that maze down. Because I'm not gluing the maze down. I will spot glue in certain spots that don't get held down by photos or hexagons or any of that stuff. So like right here, I'm spot gluing that piece because I wasn't sure what was going to hold it on, and the end piece. All right. So now I've got my background made. Oh my gosh, you guys, I absolutely love it. But I'm going to take a minute and kind of arrange my photos. And one of the things I did not want to do was put my daughter's photo on the side of, like, I've got a photo of each of my kids and then a cluster of all of us. And my daughter is on the right side of the cluster photo. And so I didn't want to take her photo and put it on that side. So then that way it's, I wanted my kids' photos to be like scattered instead of in the order of where they are in the group. Oh my gosh. Huge explanation just to tell you what was going through my brain. Oh, it's an everyday thing, you guys. Oh my goodness. So I'm spot gluing some of the circuit board too, because my arm, when I kept reaching it, it kept gathering, snagging on it and collecting the circuits, and I felt like they were going to rip. So I'm just spot gluing a few of them, not all of them, just to hold them down while I keep reaching over the layout. And I am going to flip over my flowers. Now, off camera, I already glued my photos down. I figured out how I wanted them to, to lay down, and then I already glued them down without you guys looking. It was a blink of the eye, because it's, the same thing. I already had it figured out, so that's what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to add my little bit of florals. I thought that this was absolutely perfect because these are like tropical frogs, rainforest frogs, I guess is what they're called. And I thought that this, all these tropical flowers and things like that were absolutely perfect for this layout. I did cut that large cluster in half, and I was going to originally use the darker floral, and then I realized it kind of looks upside down, so not going to happen. I tried to use it at the top of the hexagon where I'm playing now, and I found a smaller cluster, and I thought, oh, that works out perfect. And also on the sticker sheet, there's all these little blue flowers, and I tried to get those to go in and around and all that, kind of like enamel dots, and it wasn't working at first. I just now noticed that in the upper right, there is like just a tiny little cluster. I don't put a title on this layout at all. It is just one of the many things that we did at the Salt Lake Aquarium. And that's, pretty much it, honestly. That's, I don't need to put a title on every single layout when I'm doing a cluster of layouts for one, like, theme park or, aquarium visit type thing. So, just finding a few more stickers to scatter throughout. I just wanted it to, I'm going rogue. Like, they're not in the layout at all. I didn't want to put a paper clip in, kind of like the larger photo has in the sketch, because I just didn't feel like the paper clip little dealio is going to be, it wasn't for my photo. Like maybe if I chose different photos in a totally different layout, it would have, worked, but, it wasn't grungy enough for a paperclip, basically. So I am finishing up with that little cluster in the upper right. It's all right. And then I finally decided I'm going to scatter these little blue flowers. Now, at first I wanted to scatter them above and below the photos, and I thought, no, because it's just too busy below the photos. Like I didn't need to do anything below the photos because it's just busy. I'm trying to find a home for this little large blue flower, and I finally tuck it in and among the circuit boards, and yeah, that's it. I am done. I had so much fun with this page. I absolutely love all the little bits to this page. I am so glad that I didn't cut my photos in hexagons, and yeah, I just am excited. It's a great page. Sorry to sound conceited. Be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with today's sketch, and I will check y'all tomorrow. Thank you so very much for watching. Oh, and be sure to check out the Facebook page. It is also linked below, where you get to see all the sketches, all the takes on the sketches, everything, you guys. It is a great place to hang out. All right, talk to you tomorrow. Bye.